juice. What's the word? You're now tuned into Got the Juice, where the real ones stay in motion and the underground don't sleep. We're tapping in with the hottest artists, breaking down bars and putting the culture on notice for who's next on the music scene. If you're located in the Midwest and you have any audio engineering needs, mixing, mastering, recording, tap in with my dog, Ginny Mixed It. His contact information will be listed below. I want to give a shout out to the man behind the cam, Pixel Boss Productions. If you need any photography, promotional pieces, or music videos, tap in with him. His contact will also be listed below. Today we got a very special guest in the building. He's an artist, father, producer, all-around creative. One thing's for sure, you can't put him in a box. Without further ado, the one and only Tyler Banks.
Hey, both my daughters and my son just like me. Both my daughters and my son just like me. They just love me for who I am. They don't know what I did for them. That's loving is true for them. That's loving is pure for them. You gotta let go of some bags if you gon' move on. If the shoe don't fit, go get a shoe horn. I used to ride.
How you feeling?
Feeling good. How you doing?
Good, bro. You want to let the people know where you're coming from or who you represent?
Man, I'm from Denver, Colorado. I live in Des Moines, Iowa right now. It's just me, you know what I'm saying? Me and my kids right now, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Des Moines?
That's a good question. I feel like almost 7, probably getting close to 8 years now. So
Okay.
a minute low key, I've been out here longer than I thought I have.
Yeah. Did you start music in Denver, or did you pick that up here?
I started music in Denver, so I used to have a whole different rap name. I had 2 different other rap names.
This is an exclusive because I don't know if people know this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I started doing music in 2011. My first mixtape ever actually, you know what I'm saying, came out on Dat Piff, via Zippy Share, Media Fire and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to have a different rap name. I can't get into too many details, but I got in a little bit of trouble when I first came out here. A series of unfortunate events, back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? So when I was first rapping this shit, my rap name was Doc Holliday, from the movie Tombstone.
Yeah.
Because that was my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had asthma and shit, but I could still rap my ass off. So I thought that was cool. He had tuberculosis and shit or whatever. That's what he died from in the movie and shit. And so, that was my rap name that I ran with for a while. So I had a bunch of music and shit that I put out. And then one day I just started freestyling over the Isaiah Rashad Shot You Down beat. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna record again. And I had fucking NCAA 2014. I was still playing that shit fucking however many years later that shit was. And I had a cornerback that I was making and recruiting and shit, and I named this nigga Teller Banks.
No
and
shit.
And he was the greatest nigga. And I was like, yo, that's it. That's my rap name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I recorded that song and I sent it to my mom actually. You know what I'm saying? Just this was a year after I hadn't rapped for the shit for a year. And which was crazy for me because I make multiple songs a day. I'm hey, I'll be doing that shit. I was lost.
Yeah.
And she just sent me back fire emoji. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, she doesn't know what she just did, but I'm
she ignited
I'm
it
now. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to answer that question. I feel like I definitely did start my music career in Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Because all of the shit that I did before, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really know who I wanted to be as an artist or who I even was as a person.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? So it's when I look back on that person that I was when I was making that music, I don't even know who that, it would be strange to look at that motherfucker in the same room. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like I definitely, you know what I'm saying, everything that I have right now definitely started, you know what I'm saying, here.
That's dope.
Sure.
That is a crazy ass way to come to the name. You know what I'm, because I was okay, Tyler Banks, the money sign at the end. I'm okay, it has to do maybe cashing this shit in, putting all the work and I'm cashing in, maybe that's how you got the name. But to hear that and to hear all the struggle that went behind everything to get to the point where you were just fuck it, I'm a rap, and you just so happened to be playing a game and you named the character this and it wasn't even tied to what you were, what you were doing, and that's where you just knew right away, oh shit, this is my name.
Yeah.
And your mom, it's kind of crazy if you really think about it. She sent you a fire emoji, but she really ignited that shit. She really started that back up again to where you are right now.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, because she definitely, like, she always supported me doing music, like, back when I was terrible, you know what I'm saying? She'd be the only people at my shows and shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a mom, though, you
yeah,
know?
she
That's
was
a mom.
always, like, supportive, but when I got in trouble and shit, she was like, shut that shit the fuck down. All that shit was over with, you know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Like, that shit really, you know what I'm saying, put her in a different mode, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, even just, you know, being real, like, my, you know, my, like, probably one of my favorite cousins, you know what I'm saying, he got life when he was, like, 19, you know what I'm saying? And so it was, like, it was always a thing where, you know, just part of my family where it's, like, we got all of these different ties to, like, if you want to get into some shit, you can get into that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's just, like, you know, all of us always had that, like, that added risk, you know what I'm saying, the shit that we had going on with her. And so it's like, I think for her, for me to make it so far to that point, get all the way out of that environment and then try to bring that shit with me and have it immediately, you know what I'm saying, backfire on me or do all of that, I think she just wanted me to leave everything that I had that was a part of my, you know what I'm saying, old self, like, behind me and just focus on, you know, taking care of my kids and, like, just all the other parts of life that could be, you know what I'm saying, that I couldn't see, you know what I'm saying, at the time. But I think, like, you know, I think, like, certain shit is just, like, part of who you are, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, once, you know, the people who really, like, love you and care about you or really, like, know you, it's like, once they see that in you, it's like, you know, they can't take that, like, away from you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even like a, you know, I relate, like, boxing and like combat sports to rapping a lot because it's like, it's a team effort, like, behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different moving parts and shit that go into it behind the scenes. But when you get out there, you know what I'm saying, it's really like, it's just you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, a lot of times when people look at it, it's like, it's negative until it's positive, right? It's like you out there in the amateurs getting your ass whooped for a little bit of change, sometimes for free. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're paying to go fight niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, for real. And it's like, your family might not want to see you do that, but it's like the people who love you and they see it in you, if they know, like, oh, well, he's just a fighter, like, I wouldn't be able to stop him from doing this shit anyway.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the same shit I see with, like, creatives, artists, you know, anything. It's like, if it's really in you and people see that, then it's like, people will accept that for you for whatever you comes with it. If you make something or if you don't make anything, they'll just know, like, it don't matter. That's what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I feel like that sometimes, and we've had conversations in this studio about, like, you just gotta do it. Like, you just gotta do it, and the people that are gonna fuck with you are gonna fuck with you regardless. And it's dope to hear that from another creative, because I think as a creative, sometimes you get kind of down, and you're like, oh damn, like, I didn't get these views, or I didn't get these followers, or like whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you should be doing it because you want to do it. And if it's if it's dope enough, like, people are gonna fuck with it automatically. You don't gotta force anybody to fuck with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit's dope. I know you just mentioned that, like, you were always doing music, like, 3 songs a day, 4, you know, whatever the number is. Growing up, who was your biggest influences to rap? And how did you, like, truly get into music? Like, what came first, producing or rapping?
Honestly, so I always wanted to be a performer from the time that I was, like, a kid. You know what I'm saying? I used to sing. Like, I used to really want to be a singer when I was a kid. So my first, I grew up with a bunch of, like, real gangsters. So, like, I never thought I was hard ever when I was a kid, especially. I was the smallest and, like, the least athletic, and the shortest and the skinniest, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, my mind was always in my mind, and it was like, I was the light-skinned nigga with wavy hair in the bunch. Like, I'm not finna come out here and do nothing but sing, and, you know what I'm saying, try to do something with the ladies. So
you were gonna go out there and do exactly what they expected.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I used to, Genuine and, like, you know, D'Angelo, like, Neo Soul, Musique Soul Child, like, man, Erykah Badu, you know what I'm saying? The rap that I, like, really listened to when I was growing up was, like, you know, The Roots and Outkast and Common, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was very much like hip-hop, and, like, hip-hop, I loved hip-hop. I had so much of a reverence for it, I never thought I could ever do no shit like that ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? it was just that amazing to me. And just the people, the characters of it were so much like larger than life, to me, that I just thought, like, I don't have any of that. Like,
Sure.
I was 12, 50 Cent got shot 9 times. I was like, bro, if I don't get shot 10 times,
I ain't making
I'm
it.
not going to make it, bro. Like, what am I going to rap about?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I need a whole brick. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So when I was a kid growing up, I never even thought of that. I played the saxophone and shit. My mom, like, made all of us do shit. So I always played multiple sports, and I played instruments. And my dad became a pastor when I was like 9 or 10. So my parents used to drag me into the church and make me do all of the music shit. We used to operate a little tiny church, like probably like the size of 2 of these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were all of the everything. So I was the music for a lot of that. And then, yeah, that's kind of how I got into doing music, was really like singing, playing the saxophone and all of that. I didn't get into rapping till I was like probably in high school. I used to write a lot. I did a lot of poetry, like slam poetry and shit. Shout out Slam Nuba, cut heads. But I still never thought of myself as like a rapper. It wasn't until like the high school I went to, there was ironically, like even at a time when there wasn't a lot, there was a lot of rappers that I went to school with, like Amy's, you know what I'm saying, T, Problem Child, fucking Cash Ride, even Brent, Future Boy B, shout out to him. He recorded me on my first song I ever was on. I know I'm forgetting people, but there were so many like MCs at the school that I went to. It was like, I remember the first time I tried to jump into a cipher, I had like this whole verse that I had written and like prepared and shit. And it started out with like a bar from a Drake song or some shit. And so I got all hyped up to get in the cipher, and I started my shit off, and somebody was like, like, you got that from so-and-so. And I was like, but wait, I got more, like, and they was like, nah, son, you done. You out of here. And I was like, bro, I'm never coming back from this shit. Like, I'm never coming back from this shit. And, but they was all my homies. I played football and shit for a little bit, so they kind of encouraged me. But they really kept getting me into, like, rapping and doing shit. I was doing all of these poetry slams and shit, trying to win. I kept coming in, like, second place. And one day I was walking off the stage, pissed off that I lost. And, I actually, like, went the fuck off on the audience and shit. I was like, this is some bullshit. Like, this is some bullshit. I had a Kanye moment, and I was walking off, and the DJ was like, yo, man, like, you doing pretty good out here for a rapper. Like, rappers don't usually get this much love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. I think I'm a rapper now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was before, like, my homie, I worked at, Finish Line for a little bit when I was in high school. He actually was the one that bought me Fruity Loops. And, I just, I don't know. I kind of all took from there.
That's where
my bad. That was a long-winded
you good.
question. But yeah, that's really how I got into music. You know what I'm saying? Playing the saxophone. I used to play jazz. I used to play in like jazz bands on the side when I was like a kid, like moonlighting and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And then playing in the church bands and
all that. Yeah. You had mentioned that somebody somebody recorded you on your, was it your first song or the first time you were featured on a song?
The first time I ever recorded, I was featured on Future Boy B. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a I'm On One remix, the Drake record.
Okay.
And me and my cousin, he had an in-home studio. First time I'd ever seen no shit like that. And this was like, man, probably like, I want to say like 2008.
Do you know how old you were at the time?
I don't even know. I think we was either still in high school or maybe I had just... Nah, I'm pretty sure we were still in high school.
Still in high school? Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you saw the studio equipment and shit? Were you nervous?
I mean, honestly, I was kind of nervous, but like it just felt like the right thing to do. I've been writing and rapping. I kind of made a name for myself, like freestyling and going to house parties and shit. That was like a big thing in Denver for a minute. It was like going to the house parties and like they would have like a nigga beatboxing and shit. It was like some real old school hip hop shit. And the cipher would be like the shit part of the shit people came for. You know what I'm saying? It was like there would be like a cipher usually in the backyard or somewhere. It started becoming like a thing for the party even. Like people would bring a DJ to play instrumentals and shit, and they would be like, not every party, but it was like those are the parties that we was trying to go to and find.
Yeah.
So just going and doing that, you know what I'm saying? But so he kind of brought me into this was my first time actually trying to like write and like hop on some shit. I recorded this terrible verse. It sounded horrible. But I thought it was the greatest shit ever. And I was like, man, I might be the greatest rapper of all time. For real. I ain't gonna hold you. And I just kept running with that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's funny looking back on all of my shit where I listened to it and I'm like, this shit was terrible. But at the time, bro, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the greatest rapper of all time.
And that's, I feel like that's the attitude a lot of people have to have.
Yeah.
Or else, like, you're not going to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk a little bit about the Denver, like, music scene.
Sure.
I'm not aware of any, like, real big, notarized, like, artists to come out of Denver. But maybe that's just because I haven't been put on yet.
See, Denver is kind of like a strange, like, music scene because if you look on the underneath of it, there's a lot of players, like, doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, my homie Keenan Trevon, you know what I'm saying? He's actually part of the reason why me and McKinley are homies even right now on some, like, weird stuff. He don't even know McKinley, but it's like a, you know what I'm saying? Just
Connection
6 degrees of separation type of shit, yeah. So, like, he be out on the road with, like, Mark E. Basie and, like, G-Eazy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a Denver artist, you know what I'm saying? Kind of younger cat. There's a dude named AP who's pretty, he's actually pretty, like, big for independent artists, you know what I'm saying? But especially, like, locally, he's probably one of the biggest, like, respected artists locally. Ray Reed is another one. Trace, you know what I'm saying? Trace Chapman, for sure. And then Trev Rich was like the poster child, I feel like, for like Denver rap. Even still right now, even on like a business type of sense. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Doobie Newton. You know what I'm saying? But the cats that really made their step into the industry, they got into the behind the scenes. I think a lot of them got in, you know what I'm saying, and figured out where their lane and money was at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they're not a lot of like household names, but stuff that they've been involved in for sure is like Trev Rich got writing credits on Justin Bieber songs, G-Eazy songs, all kind of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, Doobie got all kind of writing credits on all kind of songs, R&B songs, shit that you wouldn't even think about that they have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different like producers and even like engineers like Side 3 Studio then put out a lot of records, you know what I'm saying? Or the engineers down there have worked on a lot of big records. So the music scene out there is more of like a, you know, behind the scenes like business type of stuff. Even on the other end, there's a lot of cats out there like Gary Leone, you know what I'm saying? One of the other dudes, I forget his name. His name is John something, but he's like a big wig of one of the music shits. Like, now he's from Denver, so it's like if you know type of thing. But I think just because still there's not a lot of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like because there's not that one artist that like really did have that hit record or make that big boom into the mainstream or like popped out with all the stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it's still kind of like people are hesitant to like, you know, really rally behind it in the way that you see like some of the other cities do that because they don't feel like, you know, nobody wants to end up with egg on their face. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like until somebody really like hits that moment, like until, you know what I'm saying, somebody really pulls up to the club with the Lambo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that nobody has or that nobody won't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like in Denver there's just a different type of like, you know, like I said, like Trev Rich, AP, Ray Reed, like all of these guys are like, you know, they look like stars when you see them pop out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying what I'm saying to like diminish them or anything like that. What I'm saying is like, if Denver was Detroit, like then that's like the Babyface, Ray, and the Peasy of the shit. You get what I'm saying? They would pull up to the club, nice cars, jewels, all that stuff, to where it's like in another city, people would be like more, you know, willing to be a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? But in Denver, because everything is seen almost like such a level playing field, it's like people see that and it's like they're like, I can get to that. So they feel like instead of, I don't even want to say it's not showing genuine love, it's just showing love in a different way. Where it's like people are looking at it and, you know, they just move a little bit different in Denver as far as like everybody wants to do their own shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so it's hard to get people to really rally behind shit. Like the people who made something out of Denver, all of them in a sense, you know what I'm saying, had to go somewhere else and do that.
Pop off first. Yeah. Do you feel like, and I'm going to ask this question because you have your feet in Denver and Iowa, specifically in Des Moines, right?
Yeah.
Central Iowa. And there is a music scene here. Everybody's kind of they got all different types of sounds. Do you think it's kind of the same scenario here? Or is it, what do you see with the music scene since you're in it, right? Here compared to there, and like how can we help artists?
Like the difference in the scene, you know what I'm saying? Here is a lot more like open. If you are like ambitious and you just keep going, you're not gonna like lose out here.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even mean it in like a bad way, right? But there's just a different type of like, you know, the things that are luxuries to people are different in different places.
Sure.
And so it's like people's leisure and people's like relaxation out here. I think because it's such like a rural-based, farm labor-based place, that like the ultimate luxury and leisure out here is like being able to kick it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, I kind of be joking. I don't mean it in like an insulting way, but I be joking to like people from Denver if they move here. I'm like, you know, if you move out here, if you go to work every day, bro, you'll be the manager in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like people here, there's a again, I don't mean it to, I keep prefacing everything without meaning in a fucked up way, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, you know.
But this is what you're thinking.
Here,
you know?
there's a different type of freedom where it's like, you know, it is a lot easier the cost of living out here is better, right? So it's like out here, if you don't like your job, you can just up and leave that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And go get another one and be straight. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, in Denver, shit is so cutthroat. It's like everybody got a roommate, everybody's in apartments, everything is expensive as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like the pay is better, but it's still like everything stacks up so much that it's like you don't have the luxury of like, there's people that have been working at jobs for 10 years that they hate every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying people don't do that here. I'm just saying it's like
it's more
the
prevalent
leisure
there.
to some shit is to be like, you know, actually fuck this job. Like, I'll go work at fucking High V for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I need to, you know what I mean? Or do whatever. There's just a lot of, and it's not looked at in a way where it's like, you know, you're not fly if you work like at John Deere. You know what I'm saying? You could work at John Deere and be the flyest motherfucker in the town out here. You know what I'm saying? And nobody would think two ways of it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, so to get back onto the point of what I was saying, it's like if you come out here and you really just like grind, then the venues are going to show you love. You'll be able to get shows. You know what I'm saying? In Denver, it's like just to get a show, you got to know somebody, or you got to be putting in the work or putting up the paper to be able to do that, because most of the stuff is not, it's like if it's managed by somebody in town, like a lot of the stuff is owned by, it's big business. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's local, it's still big business to where it's like they're not trying to fuck around with nobody that's not really about to either put the bread up or really put asses in the seats, where it's like out here you still have spots where it's like, you know, lefties, for whatever, if people want to hate on the venue or act like it's not really like that, like I like lefties. I only performed there one time. They had good sound. I like the people, you know what I'm saying? But like just having venues like that where it's like people can just get up and figure it out. That's a luxury that a lot of people don't have, and people don't, you know what I'm saying, necessarily recognize that out here, as far as like being able to use this and use the opportunities that you have out here, even though they might not seem like the biggest opportunities, to prepare yourself for those big opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest difference. I say in the scene, is, you know, out here it's a lot easier for people to want to like get behind something that you're doing. Like if you're doing some cool shit out here, people have no problem with telling you like, yo, that's a dope outfit. Or like, yo, I like them shoes. Or like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of mentality on that sense. I think it's still the same thing that like Denver dealt with for a long time. It was like Denver was never a premier destination. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a lot like Des Moines before it became like, you know, whatever it was. The place to go because of the weed shit and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I think still here, there's like a general sense of like, you know, people have an idea that cool shit can't come out of here. Or like if it's coming out of here, like it's not that cool. Or it's like, you know, well, if he could do it, I could do it type of mentality with a lot of stuff too that makes people hard to like get them on board. But I think a lot of that, like I've been seeing even a lot of people collaborating and, you know, just a lot of growth in people working together. The only thing that holds Des Moines back is there really is no foundation to like, it's not like, there's certain cities where like if you're really good and you're the best at what you do and you're making a name, like you're gonna meet somebody really important that's gonna be able to help you do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like out here they're really, most of the people that become that leave. So it's like if you didn't lock in with your man's 10 years ago when he went to college in New York or did some other shit, you know what I'm saying? It's gone because he not coming back.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? If you haven't been locked in with him like that, like you're not going to go. So you'd be surprised at how many people are from here that are doing crazy stuff in the music industry that like you wouldn't know just because they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
And they didn't, keep those ties going because it's like, I don't know whether it was worth it for them or not or what the personal relationships was with them people or, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was. But
all right, I'm going to ask you this question, and it's going to be, give me your Mount Rushmore, because there's 4 people on the Mount Rushmore, of your your 2 favorite artists, dead or alive, and your 2 favorite producers, dead or alive, because you do both.
Man, 2 of my favorite artists, dead or alive. That's hard to bring it down to 2.
I want to know this because, like,
okay, man, this is controversial, but I don't care. I have to, the music that Kanye West was making up until the point where he went, like, crazy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can't like put a pass on stuff that he's saying just because he is crazy, but I do feel like it's not actually weighed in how actually crazy he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or like even if you follow his career before, it's like if you watch any of his interviews, you can go back and find old interviews when he was just a producer on you know what I'm saying, on Rockefeller.
He was talking
like,
crazy.
There's something. You can't give somebody. No one man should have all that power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not giving it a pass. But I can't be honest with myself and act like the music that he was making, for the majority of his career, wasn't like hugely important and influential on my life and everything. So I gotta give Kanye West a spot. Not Ye. I don't know that nigga.
Nah.
I don't know that nigga. Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta give Kanye a spot.
What album was like the last like one you really gave a fuck about for Kanye?
Oh man. See, bro, that's just gonna make people upset. I really like Donda. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold you. I really like Donda. That whole rollout, the visual of it, the live shows, the everything. Like I'm an artist and a visual, like everything, a lot of time, I don't really be like hearing my thoughts like that. When I'm writing and stuff, it's like I'm chasing a scene that I'm seeing in my head, or like everything that I'm doing. It's like I built the universe for it, like visually. You know what I'm saying? And so I just really respected a lot of the effort and the details that went into all of that. Like even outside of the music, a lot of the songs like aren't for me. There's some of the songs that are really good. I think growing up in the church, I just have a soft spot for some of the chords and like, music is like that. It's like if you like, if you like neo soul, then like E flat minor just gonna get you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. So it's like, there's some of them songs on there that was good. But let me think. The actual last one, I think the actual last one that was like really, really good was Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy when it came out.
That was the last one. I think that
was like the first of its kind.
Really good.
Yeah, that shit was
the
crazy.
other stuff that he put out, I think he was still had glimpses like of parts in them, but that was the last one that was like really, really good. My favorite is Late Registration.
Yeah.
That shit just came out at a good time. Personally, the shit I was going through in my life, that was like the soundtrack for a lot of my shit. It was still a time when like you got CDs and that's just the shit that you had. So like that was like my CD for like that I just like lived with.
I'm trying to think of what album was it. Late Registration. It's the very last song where he's just like giving shout outs to like everybody, the whole Rockefeller. Jay-Z.
Oh, that's College Dropout.
Oh yeah.
I know that whole shit.
And he's like, well, my favorite part is like, mayonnaise colored bins, I push miracle whips.
Yeah, College Dropout too. Like that whole thing, especially for like being, I don't know how to explain it. Like being the one that, felt like I had something in me, right? Like, you know, I felt like I wanted to perform. I felt like I wanted to do something. I had something in me. I didn't know what it was, right? And being able to hear, you know what I'm saying, Kanye's journey and the openness that he had with a lot of the ups and downs, and you know, people didn't like my shit, or you know, you don't usually hear that from like the artist in that way. You know what I'm saying? Especially not when they've like climbed up to like the top of the pantheon, right? You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, even just seeing that, I felt like that motivated a lot of my, you know, desire to even just like push and keep going and like get better, you know what I mean? And just like actually wanting to be like good, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people want the results of being good, but they don't actually want to like be good for the purpose of like, just, I like to do that shit better than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So yeah, I got to give Kanye a slot. I'm gonna just do producers and rappers. I'm gonna do folk producers and like both, like they do both.
Okay.
I got to give Charles Hamilton a slot, another artist that is unfortunately plagued with mental health issues.
Yeah.
Wishing that brother the best. He is another artist that, like, when I was in high school, was real important to me. Like, made me feel like I could be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his production, the shit that he sampled, like, he sampled a lot of shit that I didn't think that people would sample, like Incubus records and like rock and roll songs, and just the way that he was doing shit at the time made me feel like, you know, there was a certain level of technical prowess that I felt like I was never going to be able to achieve on Fruity Loops or like working with the shit that I had. Like Ninth Wonder made me feel like it was possible, but then I would watch the shit he was doing. I'm like, bro, I can't do that shit. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But it would be like, sometimes I'll see the shit Charles Hamilton was doing and not even see it, but I could hear it and I could see what it probably looked like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like, that helped me, you know, even be more comfortable with doing shit, or like, understanding certain shit could just sound different. You know what I mean? So I got to give him a slot. Andre 3000.
Oh, that's probably a given for that one.
That he made me want to play the saxophone when I was a kid. I didn't know he wasn't playing the saxophone. I thought that motherfucker did everything. So when I heard Spodioni Doublelicious, I was like, this nigga's crazy. Yeah, Andre 3000 for sure. And then who I got
one
on
more
my fourth spot? Another rapper who also produces.
Yeah.
Oh, Rock Marciano.
Okay.
Man, the GOAT. Probably, man, just an underground gem. One of the most influential artists of the last 10 years.
Wow.
If you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like on the under, but like, that's in the world that I exist in musically, you know what I'm saying? So like, where I'm at as an artist, like Rock Marciano, as far as like rapper producer combos, he's definitely
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Ka, R.I.P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to figure out like how I could describe your sound to somebody, and I was talking to Jeannie before, you know, you pulled up. And I was like, damn, like I don't know how to describe it, bro, cuz like Jeannie was saying, like, your voice is very unique, and then the beats that you either pick or produce are also very unique. So I'm like, damn, like who could I, like, who would be the two people that like he could have just like came out of No Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, damn, like he gives me like that Mozzie, like West Coast, not, you know, I'm not saying you're West Coast, but like that Mozzie sound.
Denver is very West Coast coded city, so I understand that.
Like,
for sure.
like Mozzie met like Conway.
I can
and
see
just like flowing and rapping and talking. You know what I'm saying?
That's a combo that I've never gotten before.
Yeah.
That's one of the first ones that I like that combination, because I like the way Mozzie uses his voice like an instrument. You know what I'm saying? And then Conway just be rapping his ass off.
Yeah.
He's never compromised on just rapping his ass off.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, it's so hard, bro, because it's very unique. Your sound is very unique.
Thank you.
You know, we just talked about artists that are also producers. Let's talk a little bit about your producer side. Did that come out of necessity, or were you just like tired of picking stuff that you were like, this isn't what I want. This is not the sound that I'm looking for? Man,
honestly, it was a little bit of both. Like, when I first started rapping, I was supposed to be in a group, man. Shout out my homie Joe. You know what I'm saying? Man, most rare. I ain't gonna let you ever forget it. But we used to rap together called Usual Suspects. Me and him, we worked at Finish Line together for a little bit, and originally we wanted to make a movie about like a comedy movie about like working at the shoe store. You know what I'm saying? Just about like mall culture in general, working at the mall because it's weird as fuck.
In the back with the shoes and shit, like doing
just
some random
the
shit.
whole social circle of that shit. Like when you think about it, it's a weird ass second high school for like grown people.
Yeah.
When you're in high school working there and you like see the way that the grown people that work there sometimes interact between stores and shit, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we were supposed to be working on. But all the time, we was like big into battle rap and shit. So me and this nigga used to just battle rap, text each other all the time, like just barring each other up. And one day, I'll tell people like, yeah, I used to play the saxophone and shit, yada yada. Like I know, music theory and like I can compose some shit for sure. And so he went and bought a fucking crack version of Fruity Loops off Craigslist for $30. Like met some shady nigga in the alley and bought a flash drive off of. We didn't know what the fuck was gonna be on this flash drive.
Straight off the torrent.
Oh man, but that shit worked, and we swore, we were like, yo, we finna drop a mixtape, make $1 million, and this shit's finna go so fucking crazy. And we got home, took the laptop, and opened that shit up, and that shit looked like fucking sign language in Chinese.
Damn.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, like at all. I remember even like we tried that shit for like 2-3 nights in a row over at his spot, because he had the laptop, and then he was basically like, bro, you can take this shit with you. Like, there ain't no way I'm gonna figure this shit out. So I took it and like put it in. My pops had an office, so I put it on my his desktop computer, like old desktop computer. And one day I just said fuck it and locked myself in there. I was in that bitch for like 9-10 hours, no bullshit.
Damn.
Just trying to figure that shit out. I went through everything that was in there. You know what I'm saying? Just opening up the shit. I was hard-headed, so I didn't like watch the tutorials or none of that. Like I kind of knew the gist of what I was trying to do, but like to get the sound I was actually trying to get, like I get it now, but like what I was actually trying to do, I didn't have the capabilities of doing that shit or understanding it. So I tried to do that shit for like 8 hours. I made one drum loop. I figured it out how to put the drums into the actual pattern and play it. You know what I'm saying? And my homie Martell, who was like my mentor when I first started doing music, he came in there. I was in there asleep, and he woke me up, and he was like, "What you working on?" I was like, "I'm trying to do something." And he was like, basically like, "Yeah, I went to school for this shit, bro. Like, fuck with me. Like, I can help you figure this shit out." So he kind of took me under his wing and helped me out with that. So yeah, I kind of started with production. Like, it started out with I just thought I would be good at it, and then I was so bad at it that I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going out like that.
Yeah.
And so I just kept doing it. And even like now, even right now, it's like I work with such talented producers that I feel like sometimes I'll be wasting my time making beats, but then sometimes I make some shit and I'm like, I'm colder than all you niggas. What the fuck am I talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then my homies will send me some shit and I'll be like, damn, I need to pack this shit up. I'm really wasting my time. I got thousands of beats I've made that are just sitting in my laptop.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to sell them to nobody. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then I got thousands of beats from all producers from all over the place that are like, that I'm like, I swear I'm gonna rap on this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But it really is just like part of my life. You know, I look at it as like even everything that I make doesn't have to come out. Music is my favorite thing to do. Like it just genuinely is, regardless of any success that I have or don't have with it. It's my favorite. It wouldn't be anything that I would rather be doing. If the whole internet crashed and all of my technology went down, I would be rapping outside with a stick and a drum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just my favorite thing to do. And so, you know, producing is like when I don't have the words, when, you know, writing isn't always there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Or like recording isn't always there, but like production is like, I can always play the piano. I can always improve something musically. I picked up the guitar in the last like year, so I've been working on playing the guitar, playing the bass. So it's just like it gives me something to do, because I feel like humans all need that. Like a lot of the problems that we run into, whether substance abuse, sex addiction, porn addiction, all of the stuff that people be having that they get into, is really because like, you know, I'll be making this joke all the time, like niggas don't build model cars anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everything you could look at, the downfall of society happened when niggas stopped building model cars.
Yeah.
It's like everything is either for a display, you know what I'm saying, or for sale. And it's like nobody just goes into the garage and just do some shit that you do that don't nobody even know that you do that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like now if you paint, everybody know that shit.
Yeah.
Or if you do something, everybody knows it. And so it's like production for me is that part where it's like a lot of times there's like people who don't know that I produce. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of like, I think it's crazy, but it's like, for me, it's still that part that's like on the under. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, if this never comes out, like I listen to this shit at my house and I loved making this, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what production really is for me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and I fuck with the fact that, like, how you said, like, sometimes the writing's not there, but producing is, excuse me. You creating something, creating a sound, creating a beat can influence you to write something. So, it's like a full circle. It just goes right back into the whole creative process and, like, you creating something and enjoying what you're doing, right? I really fuck with that. All right, so this next set of questions is just, I need you to pick, I'm going to give you some artists, a list of artists, and I'm going to have you pick which one's better and tell me why.
Okay.
All right?
Bad.
First one, I don't know how. I'm curious to hear what your answer is going to be on this one. Cassidy or Benny Siegel?
What the fuck? Man, you know what? It's got to be Beans just off the strength of who Beanie Siegel is. But I can't take a lot of... the reason why I can't give it to Cassidy is because of that beat that he made on Instagram a couple years ago. Man, yeah, nah, you shouldn't have been doing that. Cass, man, like, we got to treat our legends a little bit better. There's no reason why Cassidy shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, the respect that he gets. He has said some crazy shit.
Yeah.
In his lifetime in bars, and he was rapping bars on a mainstream at a time where it was like a lot of people didn't even understand really what like a punchline or like a metaphor or simile was like for a general audience. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing a lot of shit that was, you know, obviously big on the underground or like on the battle rap scene, but he was taking that same energy to a lot of the songs that he was doing. Like even if you listen to his like pop songs that he was dropping, he was still trying to drop like bars, metaphors, bars and shit in there. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, he has some good shit. I don't know if he has good enough albums to put him over Beanie Siegel.
Yeah, yeah. And Beanie Siegel's from that cloth, like the whole Rockefeller, Jay-Z, you know? I was curious. I wanted to ask that because, like, they both are very lyrical, and so are you. So I was like, okay, what would be a good set to pick from? And I figured that one was a good one.
Beans,
yeah. Shout out to Beans.
Gotta go with Beans.
Yeah, shout out to Beans. Next one. West Side Gun or Conway the Machine?
Oh, I gotta go West Side Gun.
He's crazy.
West Side Gun, to me, West Side Gun is so underrated as a rapper. I know that Benny and Conway, and really like all of the tree of West Side Gun's influence, you know what I'm saying, has produced like some phenomenal world-class rappers. But if you really listen to the shit that West Side Gun is saying, like, if you've been to jail or if you're into fashion, there is nobody that is rapping
like he is.
Yeah. Like there's nobody that's rapping on that level of shit. He got a song that he did, and even just like conceptually, there's a lot of stuff that he do. I gotta find the song. It's on one of the HWH tapes. Fuck, what is it? But he raps the whole song like he went to a dinner party with all these different brands and designers. And it's a whole song is like a concept of him going through this dinner party, like in the brands, meeting the brand people and shit.
Yeah.
But just like a lot of the real dope shit that he says will go over your head if you don't understand that he's talking about like
clothes,
fashion, or like some shit from being in jail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got to give West Side Gun. And he, you know, blueprinted my whole fucking career. I can't even lie. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was listening to Combat Jack on the podcast way back, you know what I'm saying, before he passed, R.I.P. And he played Mr. T on that shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I hated on it at first. I didn't like it. I was like, this nigga's rapping like the new niggas on old school shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, this is different. So like I went and found his tape initially to hate listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just fire. I couldn't deny the shit. And I just feel like him as a business person and him, you know what I'm saying, rapping wise, like there's no Conway without West Side Gun.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him West Side Gun.
He might be the first person I think I heard say that he was wearing like a Louis V like It almost looked like a motorcycle jacket, but it was not. I don't know if it was or wasn't. But he goes, I'm pronouncing this shit Lewis because this bitch was 20 bands, and I'm like, all right, you deserve to call it, instead of Louis, you can call it Lewis. You can
yeah.
say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see what the next one is. All right, Pusha T or Kendrick.
Damn. I gotta go with Kendrick. Pusha T is amazing. But I gotta go with Kendrick just because Kendrick is like, I feel like Kendrick is like my, in my head, that's my rival. I'm always like competing. Everything that I be trying to do, not even like for real, like competing with him, because I don't feel like we make like similar style of music. I feel like I used to get that a lot back when I first started rapping because I had a higher pitched voice. You know what I'm saying? So people be like, oh, you sound like Kendrick. You sound like Jid. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I hate them niggas. But I really love Kendrick's music, just conceptually, just even, you know, all the stuff that he does. I think, you know, I think he's vying for a Rushmore spot just overall in hip hop, just to be honest. Yeah, no, he's one of the greatest of all time.
Kendrick, for sure. All right, I think it's a perfect time to go into the bar breakdown like I mentioned before. I'm going to say a couple words, or I can give you the start and I can give you the end. And you have to say the whole, like, bar, the couple bars, and then we'll talk about it. So, like, for example, I'll start with the first one, right? I'll say, ain't nobody ever hurt me.
What the fuck song is that from?
It's you.
This is gonna be hilarious though, because I got a lot of songs.
I know.
Ain't nobody ever hurt me.
I can give you some more clues.
Yeah,
too.
give me some more clues.
All right.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Hold on. What the hell?
Ain't nobody ever hurt me. My own actions.
Ain't nobody ever hurt me. My own actions. I hurt myself. Oh man. I don't know what song that is.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll say the whole thing.
Help me out.
Ain't nobody ever hurt me. My own actions got me trauma. No, not yet. It's not coming through. Came through with the. Nothing yet.
What album is this on?
It's the song. I want to say, is it called Five, or it's the one with a bunch of V's in it?
Oh, 5 V's.
Yeah, 5 V's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, ain't nobody ever hurt me.
Yo. Can't do with that music. Hold on.
Froze up when they seen Rihanna.
Froze with that niggas froze up like they seen Rihanna. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, the intro off of Pride and Glory.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn.
Yeah.
See, all right. So I recorded that album in like 2022. I think it came out last year, but I worked on the album for a long time, like mixing wise. So a lot of the time, like, this is gonna be a fun game because even like I got an album coming out in 2 days.
Yes, I can't wait to hear that one.
That
too.
we started. I didn't even realize we started it in December. You know what I'm saying? But we're already halfway through the new album. You know what I'm saying? And I got the next album with Ed done right now. So it's like all of my brain is like
the new.
Yeah, it's locked in. So even like one of the things I struggle with when I'm like preparing for this for these shows and like you know, I don't know if I should call it a tour because I'm not, you know, I don't know, but it's a few dates, you know what I'm saying, lined up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So even that be one of the things that I have a hard time with is like I really gotta let my spirit guide me into what songs. It can't even be like what songs I want to do. It's like what songs do I know like for real right now. Yeah. And then just like being free enough with myself where it's like I have accidentally rapped whole other verses from whole other songs at shit just because I was like, shit, that's what's coming to my brain right now. Fuck it, like let's go. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, no, that's interesting. I like this game. Let's keep going. Let me see if I know my own shit. I feel like Wayne right now. Yeah. Damn, it's water in my cup. I swear to God.
In that, before we get to the next one, in that same song though, you have a crazy Pusha T Drake reference, like bar in it. Do you remember what it is?
Hell no.
Damn, bro. He's like, you're like, I'm pushing.
Oh,
I'm pushing T.
Pushing T. I got 2 Drakes, and one of them rapping, the other one sing. Yeah.
And then you go into
Bitch, I'm pushing P. I was pushing. Yeah.
something like
yeah.
that. I'm pushing T. I'm pushing P's.
I was pushing
I got
P's.
2 Drakes, 1 rap, 1
One
sing,
sing.
something like that. Yeah, that shit is
nah,
crazy.
I
If you
love
guys haven't
that.
heard it, peep that one. That one's a very lyrical.
Yeah, 5 V's.
The next one. Let's see if you can get this one.
All right, let's see if I know it.
They can't see the difference. That's the difference.
They can't see the difference. That's the difference. All right, give me a little bit more.
Been passing. Beep. Right. Up. Dedicated. The dedication led to the distance.
Yeah, dedication led to the difference. Oh man, I'm at a loss.
That song's called Turntables.
Turntables. That's off of Part and Parcel.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you went way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Walk me through that little couple bars there. They can't see the difference. That's the difference. Been passing them up. Dedication led to the distance.
Oh man, that's just that's my whole career. Like you know, a lot of the time it's like the work that you put in. So it's like the reason why I said that. Now you done actually took me back to it. Because the reason why I said that is because like at the time it's like you know, there's like subtle ways that people like kind of like hate on your shit. You know what I'm saying? And like one of them is like somebody sees you doing some shit and then they just assume like that they could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they don't see like the actual shit where it's like, you know, whether it be whatever it is, right? Like it's like interviewing is actually harder than it looks, right? So it's like somebody will see you interviewing and be like, oh, I could do that shit. But it's like they don't know how much you actually prepared for this interview, all the questions that you actually wrote, the music that you prepared better than I did. You know the songs better than I do right now for the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when people don't see the difference in what makes somebody average or a beginner and what makes somebody great, like,
Yeah.
you know, that's usually the difference between what makes somebody,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, average or great. And then it's like dedication just leads to the distance. So it's like the longer that you stay dedicated to doing some shit,
The farther the gap.
yeah, eventually, like, you'll just look up and be like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm actually gotten really good at this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, damn, bro, this is gonna be hard, man.
The next one is one of my favorites. We kind of talked about it off camera, but I gotta say it so that because they don't know,
Right.
right?
Oh, this gonna be the only one I get.
Throw a bullet, Hail Mary, praying like mantis.
Yeah, that's Elko off of White People Stole My House, the album. I'm actually, okay, so that one's fresh on my head because I'm preparing to perform that one on in the show, in Denver at the show. So, yeah, that one's fresh in my head. But, yeah, we had talked about this a little bit before that. But, yeah, obvious, you know, well, maybe not obvious, but a nod to, you know, Wayne on, you know, Get High, Rule the World, the Nas, you know, the Nas joint off of Drought 3. But yeah, like I said, you know, that was like the first Wayne song that I really heard, that I was like, oh shit, like this nigga can really like rap.
Yeah.
Like, he's rapping. That Frank Gore, and I just see is like, I think that shit motherfucking best there is. And I'm about to bubble and she catch that fizz. I'm straight from Playboy, nigga, just ask Liz. Oh man, he just went fucking crazy on that shit. And I was like, I never thought Wayne could even do no shit like that on a beat like that. So it really made me, that was like when my fandom, or not like my fandom, I heard Wayne shit, Fireman, all that shit was cool. But that one I was like, oh, okay, no, he's
Hats
different.
off at that point.
I was listening to Papoose and shit at that point in time. So it was like, I needed that lyrical, miracle, God tier level. And that was Wayne delivered on that one. So I was like, oh shit. All right.
I fuck with that. That was Elko. The song Elko.
Shout out to my daughter, Keely. She co-produced that joint.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, next one. Dissed me on the gram. It's only right that he a hashtag.
I'm Marty McFly with these black mags. Got half the powder, cut off the shells and all the powder in a trash bag. I'm up at first. I ain't never got a blast bag. Fofo Bulldog. Yeah. Fofo Bulldog Burger. Where my dogs at? That's off of Black Man.
Yeah.
Man, you know it's crazy. I originally did that a freestyle in this beat that my homie Loud made up when I was working with Ant, and something happened to the files. I ended up lost it, but that verse was just so crazy that I when Wano Willie sent me that beat and I was hearing it, I was just like, I don't know how this is like working, because the original version of that song, it's like a fucking it's like a trap record. It's like some whole other shit.
Yeah.
And I was hearing it on this like bouncy fucking sleuth ass. It just kind of reminded me of like the Pink Panther. Like
Yeah.
I'm up to no fucking good though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. It kind of like unlocked like something in my mind where I was like, you know, that was an important moment for me. This is another thing too. Like we recorded Black Man during like the back half of COVID. Mm-hmm. So that shit just came out. So it was like, even that's like a dedication led to the distance, going back to that old bar. It's like a lot of the time, like, you know, my impatience or like just trusting the timing on things or being patient or being able to sit with things has been important for me. You know what I'm saying? Because Black Man was the first like time I ever signed like a record deal with an actual like, you know, like an indie label, but an actual record deal and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we sat on that album for like 4.5 years, just not really sure what to do with it. Mm-hmm. We knew we had something though, so it was like neither one of us really, like sometimes I feel like artists will just not even necessarily put shit out to die, but it's like they put shit out just because it's like they won really bad.
Yeah.
And I understand that, you know what I'm saying, from an artist perspective, but it's like sometimes when you have something special, it's like it's worth the effort to exhaust it. You know what I'm saying? Exhaust all of the avenues that you have. Ask everybody. Get all the no's.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, that you can. Collect every no imaginable.
Yep.
Like, and then because you only need one yes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times people are so afraid of the no that it's like they block off all of the yeses that they might ever get, because it's like I done send out thousands of emails that have never gotten returned to me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. And now it's like some of them same publications now cover my shit just like when I put it out. I don't even have to email them no more. It's like they're genuine fans of my shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which is super dope. But it's like, you know, the timing on everything, it's like sometimes when you really, if you have something that's important to you or that you put a lot of work in or whatever, it's like don't sell yourself short by not doing, you know, the parts that aren't as fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I fuck with that. Last one. Came through in a drought with the cape on.
Say the whole black. Oh, came through the drought with the cape on. Say the whole black. No, that's the call. Oh,
Yeah.
you took it back to the called and chosen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The called and chosen.
Came through in a drought with a cape on. Saved the whole block. Hit a lick on a wholesaler selling the whole stock.
Yeah, man. Damn, shout out to Black Knight. Me and him fell out, but low key, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? We was both wrong, but I was wrong too, so that matters. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Black Knight. I apologize. But yeah, nah, that was, man, I was rapping different back then. Like, yeah, you could hear it in my voice. I still didn't really know what I was doing. I just know I had some shit that I needed to say.
Yeah.
That was the mixtape that put me on for real. Like, that was the first one that was, like, some critically acclaimed shit where it was, like, I really got accepted into this little brotherhood of, like, the underground as a legitimate, like, contender or, like, one to watch. You
That's
know
dope.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, like, kind of like my career, like, I always, you know, be telling people, like, you know, you'll never, like, just keep going. Like, if you really believe in yourself or really believe in the shit that you're doing, just because, like, I was never the most popular person. I was never the one that had the stimulus package that, you know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, some people might have seen it that way when, you know, I was working, when I was part of Dead Stock and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying, when people was getting the Willie shows and doing all of that stuff, but it was like, you know, for me, I look at all that stuff like so late stage in my rap career because I know where it all, you know what I'm saying, started.
Yeah.
Like, I actually started from, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, even with me, it's like a lot of the shit where it's like, you know, if there was a XXL freshman cover for like underground freshmen, like some of my peers that people like put me in the same class in, they're doing crazy shit right now. Like, Rome Streets is like fucking out of here. You know what I'm saying? Rome Streets is on my first mixtape that I did as Teller Banks.
Wow.
Hellfire and Brimstone. The first mixtape that I did with Black Knight, who's the producer on The Called and Chosen. Wow. Everything that I do kind of comes out in threes for the most part. So Hellfire and Brimstone, The True and Living, and then The Called and Chosen is like the three with Black Knight. But Rome Streets was on Hellfire and Brimstone just for the love. I've known, you know what I'm saying, I've known Uncle John for like years. I brought Uncle John out here for a show in like 2018
Wow.
to Vaudeville. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? I've known Cavalier forever. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cats that like, you know, where I look at like my peers across, like even crazy story, like when I met McKinley Dixon, like I think I had more like motion online than he did a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I like, he was still very much like raw or like new. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Johnny Mars ended up picking up the opener for that show, but me and him had a song together. He wanted me to do with him, and I ended up doing a song of my own. But when we went to that show, bro, we was the only people in that crowd.
Yeah.
It was us that opened up for him and his band, and it was one of the best shows, best live performances I ever seen in my life. And me and him built that friendship up from there. And so it's like, I say all that just to say, like, you never really know, like, where people are going to go or where you're going to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of times people are so busy looking at what somebody else has already right now that everybody's always trying to reach up.
Yeah.
And, like, shoot their ladder up to grab some shit that's already going or trying to go.
Yeah.
But it's like when you reach out laterally, like, you know what I'm saying? Or really, like, root yourself down into some shit. Like, that's how you really can grow anyway. You can't grow no foundation without digging. You know what I'm saying? I'm a framer, so it's like whatever tall ass shit you want to build, you're gonna have to dig down deep as fuck to be able to make that shit stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I look at everything else the same way. So it's like a lot of times if people are trying to like shoot up, or it's like people think like, oh man, I'll spend 20 bands and I'm gonna get this feature from this artist that's already on and do this, and people will hear me and hear how good I am and I'm on. And it's like, that shit is never going to work unless you already have the machine to sustain that forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you do, great. Like, the people who can do that, they can drop fucking 200 bands to put themselves on, can put themselves on like that. But everybody else, it's like, you got to reach out laterally and build that community. Like, I'm not anything without, like, the underground hip-hop community that, like, accepted me and you know what I'm saying, built me up to be a part of what I was. It started out small and it just kept growing.
Yeah.
From people that really like art and really appreciate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that I do or the stuff that people in that community do. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like reaching out laterally has done so much for my career, because even the people that have like outpaced me, right, or have gotten further ahead, right?
Yeah.
It's like, them is still my people though. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if I can't, you know, I don't ask people for favors or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I hope the merit of my work always like elicits whatever people are gonna offer me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of my friendship. Like, I've never been that dude that's like, give me a verse from my like homies that are like on because like it'll help me out. It's like, please send me the song that you have in mind for me. Like, when you made this song, you heard my voice on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If it's not like that, like, I don't want it.
Yep.
That's how McKinley's been with me and all of our music that we've made together. Our relationship has always just been like, you know, he had me in mind for the song. That's why he sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was anything special or important to him that was going to boost his career up, right?
Yeah.
But we've both done something for each other, you know what I'm saying, in different ways. I helped him in ways I didn't understand, and he helped me in ways that everybody understands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, you never really know what you're doing for people. But it's like, I've never, you know, I have relationships with artists and rappers and managers and other stuff that I've had and maintained for almost 10 years now, that it's like, we're really just friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to get in and do no type of that one day I'm going to get you for a beat or get you for the feature. It's like, nah, bro, how you kids doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where that fatherhood angle is really what connects me. Like, you know, I was in the room when Uncle John found out he was about to be a father. He was at my crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like an important moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, seeing me with my kids and seeing, like, you know what I mean? Like, not saying that it's like a blueprint or nothing like that, but it's like, I know that it's encouraging for people when they see, like, if they're in their, I'm the critical point of their career, they're making it, and it's like, oh shit, I'm about to have a kid. How can I do both of this?
Yeah.
And then you see me spinning hats. I got these 3 kids and all this other stuff. You know, I might be able to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm able to do that in ways that they're able to do it for me too when I need shit. You know what I'm saying? Bounce things off of, or just talk to people who get it because we're doing the same things. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, all of that's been the most important thing for my whole career, is just being there, making sure I reached out laterally and really built in relationships with people genuinely. You know what I'm saying?
McKinley, right, was the one that you went on the radar with.
Yeah.
How did that like come about? Was he just like, you know what, like we got this song, and I know you just said that you guys have like a really good relationship. You've helped him in ways that
yeah,
you
that's
don't
one of
even
my best
know,
friends.
right?
Yeah,
And he was
that's
just
what
like,
he swears. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you talking about. He swears I'm helping him with something, but
he
you
was
know what I'm
just like,
saying?
let's go, let's go on there.
He literally, he really just thought I was really good at rapping, and that's what our whole basis of friendship. It's like, this is one thing I'll say. Like, McKinley Dixon is definitely one of my best friends, and like, inside of music and outside of music, like one of my best friends, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also very aware of the fact that like our relationship and friendship was like a music thing, and so it's like I have to be up to his standard of performance, and I have to be able to keep up and like perform with him, Gaius, Jiraiya, all of these cats that I have friendships with now that are like really doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of time he just wants to platform me because he thinks I'm really good. Like I saw some genuine artist shit.
Yeah.
Like, which I love. There are people who still do that. For everybody out there watching, you never know who's listening to your shit, who you're gonna impress with your effort, your energy. That's the shit that matters. You know what I'm saying? Talent is subjective. Like, if you have it, right, that's good. But if you don't have effort and energy with the talent, it's not gonna matter to the people that care.
Yeah.
Because everybody that's made some of themselves has really put in a lot of work to do that shit.
Yeah.
Regardless. That's the part that people won't say.
Yeah.
People get into interviews and like they try to act like they giving game or whatever. I got into a whole thing on the internet, Twitter, maybe a few weeks ago with Sunny Digital and
I saw
TM88
that.
and all of these niggas,
I
because
saw
it's like
that.
people hop on and try to give fake game about like how to make it as an artist or what you need to be doing to grow or do all of this other shit, but they won't really tell you the reals about like the person who's really making the shit happen for them. Like, who really the most important relationship is the person, you know what I'm saying, is the relationship you're going to have with your videographer.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because
Yeah,
if you can't put a visual to all of this shit in 2025, like, everything is seen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got a profile picture for everything. You got a
Yeah.
video visualizer for everything. So it's like the relationships that you're really gonna have with the people behind the scene, where it's like you see a lot of rappers that just act like, yeah, I don't really take it that serious. I just started rapping last year for fun, da 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 da.
Yeah.
You did, but the person who's managing your shit been doing this shit for 20 years.
Yeah.
The person who's producing and mixing your shit and who knows how to run your press releases, your publicists, your all of that, been putting in work. And you putting in work too. You just making an act to seem like, because it's cooler to act like you didn't. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's the part where it's like, I always tell people, like, the people want to give you the fake game so that they can sit on a high horse and really give you some philosophy that sounds good. But it's like the actuality of like the game that I could give people to like do something is like, lock in on like who you are, and that smallest, like, if you really break down the world, bro, it's 8 billion people out here, right? So if you locked in with 1% of the whole world population, right? That's like 80 million or 8 million. I'm not gonna do the math off the top of my head. I'm fucking up.
It's a
It's a
decent
lot. You know what I'm
percentage,
saying? That's a lot if you just connected with 1% of the people in the world. You know what I'm saying? So if you connected with 1% of America, how many is that? 800 million. So 1% of America, so it would be 80 million if it's the world. But if it's America, right, 800 million, and you locked in on 1% of that, you got 8 million fans. You're the biggest artist in the world.
To that,
Just off of that, just because you connected with 1% of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like people try to chase everything. They try to chase songs that are already out and do that. You know what I'm saying? And remake that or chase that type of beat, or the beat that's popular right now. It's got the boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like people do all that, and it's like it's already been, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the more you stick to you, that's where it's really at. Like, I can show you cats that don't have a lot of Twitter followers or a lot of big acclaim on Instagram that are richer than majority of rappers because they really sell vinyls. Mock Homie sells concert tickets to his show for $1,111. The motherfuckers sell out.
Damn.
Instantly.
Damn.
Selling vinyls for 7 bands, they sell out. They resell on Discogs for 30.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he got vinyls that are patented under shit that you can only play on a special player that he has that are like worth so much that like rich niggas that collect art really have that shit up in their house like an art piece.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? His shit gonna be in Sotheby's when he's done rapping type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so many ways to really like lock in, and when you really think about everything you really, really like, it's because it's unique to you. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite hat, don't nobody had a hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your favorite pair of pants, like you distressed them motherfuckers. You wore them motherfuckers in yourself to feel a certain type of way. Nobody will ever be able to buy that pair of pants. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's special to you.
Yeah.
So as an artist, I just say be that pair of pants for somebody as an artist.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be the shit that really makes you something, because the people that like your shit, when you really like something, it's natural. It becomes a part of you. People are gonna hear it when they're hanging out with you. It's gonna be a part of your personality. It's gonna be in Instagram captions. So it's like it might start off with 10 people, but if them 10 people like you enough to where they're gonna play your music and tell other people, that's the biggest thing that's gonna matter. Like I done had all kind of press and everything, right? Everything is like word of mouth now. It's like, you know, you can pay to get into some other shit, or you can, you know, pay publicists that'll guarantee you to get on certain platforms or whatever. They can't really guarantee nothing, because like if you're not like that, if you don't have a resume to substantiate it, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like you can get into these things and it's like you think that's gonna make you and nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What it really does is it just like it's attrition. So what seeing my name in the Rolling Stones article, like what it really did was just give somebody, like, once that notch was level, oh, he's big, I can care about this now.
Yeah.
Or like I've seen this every day. I've been following this dude for the last 8 years. I've seen him post every day. I've never engaged with none of his music. It's like, oh shit, he did something that I see now, that I respect this platform, or this person said that it was good, so now I can like finally tap in and like check it out. But it's still gonna come from like that person or the word of mouth or the whatever. It's not like there's going to be so much traffic from that blog post that you blow up or have your viral moment off of that. And it's like, even with virality, it's like that shit is almost like a gift and a curse now, because you never know what you're going to get if you don't establish your identity. Some artists, it's like going viral might be the worst shit that ever happened to you. What if you make some shit and it go viral, that's the only song you got like that? And they really don't want to fuck with nothing of your other shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they just want you to do that now. It's like, you know, I don't know. Like so I just always be like, don't chase none of that shit. Just stay with who you are and what you do. And it's like, it's always going to start small. But if you keep doing that shit, you never know what you can actually do if you just keep going who you are. You know what I'm saying? If every time somebody comes out with some shit that you like better than what you're doing, you drop what you're doing to try to make that shit, you're never going to make that shit that other people are trying to make. You know what I'm saying?
So. I think to kind of piggyback off of that, I think a lot of the generation, like younger generation, right, would look at like for example, you were on the radar, right, and they look at that and they're like, oh, maybe I can just pay to get on the radar, and then I'll have a career after that. When then like this scenario, like I'm not sure how On the Radar works. Like I don't know if it is a pay to play or if it is a invitation thing. But like,
as far as I know, it's an invitation. I don't know if you can get in with somebody else that's a part of the team and like get in through that way. But I know how me and McKinley got up there. Like Gabe hollered at McKinley and was like, yo, actually, what's his name? D2X is another artist. He from Chicago. He kind of big on the underground, kind of like underground indie mainstream mid-major. That's what I'll call it, a mid-major. You know what I'm saying? But he was actually the one that told Gabe, like, yo, you should fuck with McKinley Dixon. So it's still just another word of mouth thing, artist to artist. Like, this is a cat that you should fuck with. He's really dope. Gabe hit McKinley up and was like, yo, come do On the Radar. And, it just became part of the rollout for the album. So that's how I got involved, was I'm on the single, which even with that, it's like, we recorded them songs 2-3 years ago. I already recorded my feature for the next McKinley album like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of these things, it's like you never know what time goes. Like the people that I've learned and worked with that are successful, it's like, shit, you never know. You do a verse for somebody and wait 2 years and next thing you're on the radar. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but that just goes back to what you're saying is like it's word of mouth and sticking to what you are doing that is you. Right?
And just to tell the story of that song, right, it's like that song, the demo version that he sent me of that song is completely different than how that song ended up coming out. When he first sent me that song, Like sometimes when McKinley sends me stuff, he has stuff on it, and sometimes he doesn't. He'll just give me timestamps and be like, put some like hook or something in right here, and then rap or do something in like right here. And so it's like, you know, I can't remember on Recited Teeth if he already had a verse in there or not, but I remember there was some blank space at the beginning, so I did a little piece. I think he had one of his verses in there, and then there was another spot, but like the beat wasn't just all guitars and like drums and shit, but I knew, like, I know what my role and what character I play in McKinley's, like, universe, right? So it's like, I know what, like, I have to be myself in these songs. Like, he kind of gave me that pass. Like, my character, I'm playing myself in the movie. Like, I'm the rapper in the, you know, if you was going to get a rapper to be in the movie, like, I'm that. Where it's like, Snoop Dogg is playing Snoop Dogg in the movie. Even though his name is something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I am from McKinley. So it's like, just being myself. Like, they built that whole track around me. You know what I mean? Just doing the stuff that I do. And that ended up being like a big, you know, part of the record. But it's like, if I was trying to conform to like, oh, what do I think McKinley would want me to do on this song? Or what sounds like a McKinley song? Or what would McKinley's audience want me to say? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just got to do what I want to say and say what I'm going to, you know what I mean? How I want to do it, auto-tune, rapping, crazy, whatever it's going to be. And like, you know.
You blacked out. Yeah. You blacked out on that verse.
Yeah. It's polarizing. It's either people's favorite part of the album or their least favorite part. And I love that.
That's like, funny.
Yeah.
I think I counted 16 full projects that you've put out, not counting this new one. Is that right?
On streaming, yeah. On my Bandcamp, I think I got like 30 something.
Damn, maybe I didn't count correctly on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Okay,
so on my Bandcamp, I got like 30
crazy.
something.
You got projects out there that people definitely need to tune into. By the time this interview drops, your new project, well, to you it's old, to us it's new, right? Is Drugs.
Yeah, Drug Money.
Drug Money.
Yeah,
yes.
Drug Money.
Let's talk about Drug Money and like how that came about, because the cover is very unique. Though I feel like the whole thing is gonna be real. Obviously haven't heard it, but
man. So yeah, I don't know who. It's a super group of producers out in Philly that came together to make these beats for me. Individually, they're all crazy good. Killer Kane, Q No Rap Name, and Phil Spector. And I don't remember who it was that reached out. I feel like it was Q that reached out to me and was like, yo, I'd already had a relationship with Kane from back in the day. I had known Filth, but he reached out to me and he was like, yo, like, we making beats, like, for you. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
dope.
all together. And they just sent me this pack of beats that was all put together. And when I heard them, I was just like, this shit sounds like y'all opened up a portal to hell. And, like, that's the type of shit I be on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just ended up like meshing perfectly. They sent me this pack of beats. I probably sent them back like 7 songs within like 2 days. And we just kept going with it. And I don't know. They just gave me like, in my head, I just saw this real like cartoon, exaggerated like world that I was living in. This like Gotham City mixed with like the Boondocks. Like, you know, I was just thinking about like wherever in the fuck Huey and Riley actually came from. Not where they living at now, but like the fucked up part of the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had this idea for a shirt way back in the day, but my dad was like kind of on the fence about drawing it for me. So he was the one who actually did. My dad did the art.
That's
the
cool.
Cover art for me. And I was like,
dope.
yo, I really need you to draw that for me. I need that. Because he doodles on his notes and stuff. He's always got doodles and stuff. My dad is an artist and a photographer and shit too. But he's always got doodles and shit around the crib. And I was like, I just need you to do one of your doodles that you be doing on the side of your notes, but make it Ronald Reagan dunking a bag of crack on the black community.
I didn't realize
and
that's
he was
what
like,
it was.
Oh, fuck. I was like, oh, no. I was like, I need this. You know what I'm saying? And he delivered. Like, it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted.
I didn't realize that's who it was dunking on it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
And if you zoom in, it says bag of crack on the thing.
I
it's
saw
like
that.
a Sunday comic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so,
how many tracks are on the album?
16.
16.
Yeah, it's kind of like there was 2 songs that I wanted to cut off the album, and they like vetoed me. They all voted and was like, hell no, leave them on there. So I threw them back on the album at the end as bonus tracks, but then I was like, fuck it, they just regular tracks.
That's
so yeah,
hard.
there's 16 total on there.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You want to let the people know what's coming up for fall 2025 for Teller Banks?
Yeah, shoot, I got the Drug Money album dropping August 21st on all streaming platforms. I still got like 2 CDs left. I think I only got 2 left. Um, yeah, I got a show in Denver August 31st at Black Buzzard Theater with Kyron Rashad and Dom Megatron. I got Average Johnny on the DJ on that, and No Face on the DJ on that too. He's probably gonna be DJing for me. I'm real excited about that. I'm hitting the road with McKinley for a little bit. I'll be in Chicago September 4th.
Okay.
I'll be performing in New York on 9/11, and then Philly on the 12th. I'm supposed to be out in Jersey for an event on the 13th, and then I might be going to Baltimore. If not to perform, at least just to hang out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then yeah, coming back around this way, and then honestly, shoot. Well, I guess it's the Drug Money album. R.I.P. out. I got the next album with Ed is done, and I already turned into the label. So that'll be coming out before the end of the year. So I'm going back to back. I'm trying to get like 3 albums in the album of the year conversation.
That's dope.
In the same year, yeah.
That's dope. I fuck with that. Before we shout out your socials and all that, is there anything you want to tell the youth out there that's listening, or maybe chasing a dream or something like that?
Man, just the same thing I've been saying is like, just keep going. Like, you gotta really, like, the main thing, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. A lot of y'all like are like doing stuff that you want the result of it. You don't actually want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the result. Like, a lot of people, they want to play football because they want to be in the NFL because they want to have $1 million. You know what I'm saying? They don't actually just want to like run faster than everybody, jump higher than everybody, work out every day, sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, do all the stuff that's required to do that. So it's like, be honest with yourself and what you want out of things. You know what I'm saying? And don't let the shit that other people have or the shit that other people want change the way that you actually feel about your life and what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have to have like this die-hard ambition to go after and chase, you know what I'm saying, and do all of that stuff. Some people really are just like happy with a comfortable life, being content, you know what I'm saying? And so if like that's who you are, genuinely, don't let nobody else's like desires for like grandeur skew you away from that, you know what I'm saying? And then on the opposite end of that spectrum, if you really believe in yourself or believe that it's like you're bigger than, or like something is for you that's beyond where you're at or what you're capable of, like if you really believe that, don't limit your ability to go after it and go do that shit. Like, exhaust every means that you can, because you'll always regret that shit, first and foremost, if you stop, you know what I'm saying? And secondly, it's like time goes regardless. Like, time goes regardless. If I would have started I started rapping when I was like 18, 19, right? And I wrote a notebook. You know what I'm saying? I practiced a lot of shit. I got a whole notebook that's just full of me writing over and over again how fucking I was going to be rich as a motherfucker when I was 24. And I had some bread, but I was not like what I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, if I would have just stopped and never did it again, it's like I wouldn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like people look at music and other things like just differently, right? So it's like I would have never imagined I have the shit that I have right now off of music 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was looking at shit like, damn, my shit's not hitting like that. My shit's not going the way I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
I didn't make $1 million off my first mixtape, like all the rappers say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, who knows what the fuck I'm gonna have 10 years later, like 10 years from now, dog, I could be, man, I might be the executive of some shit, dog. You never know, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people do it. Some of my homies right now are like higher ups at Rock Nation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had an issue with the distributor. I hit the homie up.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, nigga, I know some niggas.
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's like you never actually know, you know what I'm saying, what's gonna happen. The only thing you'll know is like if you stopped, then you stopped.
Yeah.
But time's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be 45.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if your fear was being 45 and failing at whatever it is, being 45, a failed rapper, being 45, failed painter, artist, cameraman, whatever it is, or still doing that at 45 and having nothing, you're still going to be 45, bro.
Yeah, yep. And you could have had all that.
Yeah, either doing it or not doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where it becomes important. Are you doing this shit because you love it? or are you doing this shit for a job? Because I know a lot of niggas that started rapping when they was like 18, 19 that would have been happier getting a job at a factory and having a pension and other shit because all they really wanted to do was ball anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know niggas right now that really wanted to be rappers, got their CDL, some other shit, like, nigga, the Crips in Denver them took over the trucking shit. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Niggas is outside. But it's like, I know niggas that is living off of this trucking shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, they wanted to be football players, rappers and shit. But what they really wanted to do was have a comfortable life and be having shit. And they have that shit. And they're happy with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it don't matter what it looked like to nobody else or none of that shit. They're happy with it because the shit they actually wanted, they achieved it. Whatever the means was. So it's like, if you just want to ball, nigga, go work. Go do something. You know what I'm saying? Don't trick yourself into thinking that, you know, you got to do all of this extra shit for the lights and the cameras if you don't even want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that I feel like that happens with people where it's just like because it seems like an easy route or a thing to do, people want to do it, but it's like, if you just want some pay, bro, you could work at the goddamn, you could work wherever, bro. You could get a job at QT right now and stack up 50 in a couple years and act like, nigga, you could hit any town in America and be Mr. Big Shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. If you gonna rent the shit for the music video, you like rent that shit for the bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just my advice. You know what I mean?
I fuck with that. Y'all listen to Teller Banks for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out your socials so they can find you.
Man, all right. All of my shit is different now because they done wiped half my shit. I'm just Teller_Banks on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I'm Teller_Banks357 on Twitter. TikTok, I think I'm just Teller Banks, but I don't ever post on TikTok. If y'all could get me live on TikTok, just start tagging me and shit. That's my campaign. All right? I'm old, bro. I'm not that old, but I'm medium old. I'm 33. I done made it older than Jesus, bro. I'm not trying to learn TikTok right now. You know what I mean? So if you know how to do that shit, bro, just start tagging me and shit so I can try to get something. You know what I mean? But yeah, them is the socials I'm active on. My main thing is Bandcamp, tellerbanks.bandcamp.com. I'm always posting on my newsletter. You'll know about everything that I got going on musically first there. You'll have access to all the stuff that I have going on first there. You know, most of my music exists on there. That's where I sell most of my stuff. That's how I make most of my money, most of my living. If I could give a part 2 to advice to people is sell shit, bro. Most artists don't even have a means to be supported. You know what I'm saying? It's like Spotify does not pay. I get a little bit of streaming royalty checks. Apple Music pay a little bit. Spotify is not paying niggas nothing. So like directing people to stream your stuff is always going to lead to like a little bit of disappointment. You know what I'm saying? If you could get a room full of 10 people to do something, you would rather get that room full of 10 people to spend $5 with you than stream your music. You know what I'm saying? Because if they spend that $5 with you, you're gonna stick with them regardless. They probably still gonna end up spending your shit more. You're gonna have more connection with that person more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know it's hard in today's age. It's like it's easier said than done because you still gotta build that up. But sell some shit. Make you a t-shirt. Nigga. Sell something.
I fuck with that. Thank you, bro, for popping out and having this incredible conversation.
I appreciate y'all. My bad, I got a little long.
I think you put everybody on game. Everybody in this room, I think, got a takeaway from that, and I appreciate that for popping out. I know you got some shit to go take care of, so appreciate you. You guys, check in with my boy Teller Banks.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.